So, welcome back to part two. And a little while ago, I was trying to demonstrate Vue JS, and then I was trying to demonstrate how it would respond to when you click on something. Then I started reading this about binding to, uh, you know, events and so on. And what I found out was that it's actually quite simple. And all we have to do in our Vue.js is create a method so we can create something like this. And we can pass parameters. So we can pass, for example, student, let's call it stu. And we can do this and just say this dot current and knows our model. And we have current equals, and we just set it to stu like this. And in our binding, instead of saying handle click, we name it the same name as the function on change current. So we say like this, but what we have to do is we have to pass it the student, and then we still have to pass it the event just like this. So once we do that on change current, it's going to pass the student, and we set that to that. And since that's already bound here to student, then we shouldn't have a problem. The other thing is we had the quotes around this stuff, so we don't want that. So we just need to get rid of that. And let's see what it does. Let's go ahead and save it and go back to Edge. So we have it here. Uh-oh, looks like we broke something because now it's not recognizing our recognizing our binding. Let's try it. Let's take this here, copy it over to Chrome, see what it does. See if it's broken there. Oh, it's not broken here. Why is it not broken here? Seems like Edge is having the problem. So as you can see now, when we click on it down here, this changes. And we could go further and edit and do different things. But at this point, I think this is sufficient to kind of demonstrate how you can bind something. And I think in the next video, I can show how if we took that and we can conditionally show uh, different things. So let's say, for example, that our objects had actually more to display. Let's take that. Let's go to our object. And let's say that our objects, let's say, for example, that our objects had things like grades or something, right? Let's say that they had um, test grades or GPA or anything like that. Let's just give it GPA. And let's say that we had a 3.5 here and maybe what else? Phone number or something like that. 333, 222, 323, 222, 1111, like that. So we could actually display phone numbers and GPA. So let's take that and say this. Let's put it at the end of each one of these. And okay, that's it. Let's change these to, and let's go to 777. And let's say we wanted to display this information only, but only in our details because our details have more. So now we would do something like this. Copy this. And of course, we have to format it. And we say GPA, GPA, we have phone. Of course, this would be current dot GPA and phone. And we have to make sure that they're spelled correctly. So is that how we did it? GPA and phone? Yes. So now we have GPA and phone, right? Let's say we had more details and all of that, and we could display that there. So now when we save it and we go back, I don't know why this broke. This definitely broke. I wonder what's going on. It was working just a minute ago. Now it's not working. Let's go to our Chrome version. And so when we view Joe, we have that. When we view Mary, you notice the phone changed for Mary here, and so on. So we could drill down into more details and all of that. So I think that's sufficient for now. That's a good starter into Vue JS, and I think you get the idea. So you can see how you can bind, you can do different things, and of course, if you actually want the real data, you get into Ajax calls, actually getting the data from the back end. But that's you can get that information from other tutorials. This is just to explore Vue.js and not so much the full stack, just the client side of things. And maybe in some future tutorials, we'll take a deeper dive and uh, we'll see what else we can do with Vue.js in terms of binding. But as you can see, it's really quite simple. I'll show you the code. And there's not much to the code, it's just HTML. So we include Vue.js here. I did include it down here, but I don't think this is necessary. That was because I was experimenting with it. So, so you include Vue.js. I did the hover for the changing the color for the each record there. Just as you can see, just HTML, and this knows how to repeat. So we take a look at something though. Let's go take a look at Vue.js, and if we actually take a look at it, if we view the source for this, what does the source look like? Wow, it didn't. It's actually showing us the raw source, which is kind of interesting. Um, but what if we inspected, what if we said the F12 command here and we look at it, and when we actually look at the elements, um, what do they look like? So when we look at student, for instance, we actually see the data, the student record, and we see the data. Wow, that's interesting. I see ID, first name. Let's see. But I don't see any binding. It says before, before, before. Ooh, this is kind of interesting. It says before. What happens when I click on it? How does it know? Right now is on record 1 and it changes, but how does it know? That's kind of interesting. Yeah, it's doing a lot of magic behind the scenes because I don't see where it has like anything after or wow, that's pretty interesting. I don't see the event or anything. So magically it just goes and does it for you, but you don't see any of that here. It just kind of does it for you. And so you don't really know what it does in terms of when you click on one of these, when I click on that or any of that. So as you can see, anyway, there it is. One last look at it. So we had the student record here, and this repeats because we use the V4, which is going to loop through all the students, and then we do the onClick, and all I did was pass the student into it, and when it passes it, it handles it in the methods here on change current, and it sets the current to that. One of the things is that I don't understand why the context is this, because I would expect that the context would be view or something, but apparently uh, the context knows that this is current, that this is referring to the object in the data, and so it knows. That's a little bit of magic, and we don't even need this. This was part of the kind of experiment. Go back here. Let's close this, and you can see that there. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Until next time.